Yes, people, what's going on? So Manchester United have beaten Charlton 3-0 thanks to Marcus Rashford coming on in the second half and getting a late brace. Casemiro, by the way, who was a late substitute with 30 minutes to go. Couple of his passes, I think 3 or 4 of them crossfield balls. Casemiro, man, how good is he? Marcus Rashford with his 14th and 15th goals of the season in 25 games. His record this season has been absolutely fantastic. But Manchester United today, we started with a team that was much rested. We saw a lineup with Maguire at the back with Lisandro Martinez. We saw Malacia and Diogo Dalot as the fullbacks. Unfortunately, Dalot had to go off injured, which saw Aaron Wan-Bissaka come on as an early sub. Now, that's not what we want ahead of the derby. I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka did well when he come on, and he's done well recently as well. But that's not what we want to see ahead of the derby, because I think Diogo Dalot is probably our first choice fullback, to be totally honest with you, in that right-back position. So disappointed Diogo Dalot got injured, but generally speaking, everybody else got through it unscathed. We started with a midfield of in the midfield we had Fred, McTominay and Kobbie Mainoo. I think Kobbie Mainoo did all right today. It started off a little bit nervous, a little bit edgy, as you would expect from a youngster making his first start at Old Trafford. But eventually he settled into it. He was showing himself with the ball a lot. He was playing, passing, moving, looking to create something. I think he did all right today. I think Fred did all right as well. I think McTominay, poor. I think in these kind of games against this kind of opposition, Scott McTominay has to be looking to dominate a little bit more. I think he hides too much on the ball, and when he did get on the ball, I think the quality was lacking from him. I mean, against these kind of teams, against Charlton, you've got to be doing a little bit more if you're Scott McTominay, do you know what I mean? And I could understand the decision to bring Eriksen and Casemiro in. Although McTominay stayed on the field, that was probably with the Man City game in mind, because Fred could come in handy in that game. I thought Scott McTominay has to do more. He stayed on. Eriksen, Casemiro came on, and I thought that substitute was the right one as we saw the game out. Casemiro is so good as well. I knew he was good. I knew he was a great DM. I knew, the interceptions, the blocks, the reading of the game, etc. But I did not know he had such a ping on him. I did not know his passing ability was as good as it is. He's so good, and it's a pleasure to be able to watch him week in, week out playing for Manchester United. Such a good player, such a talent. And it's a shame he's 30 years old, because it would be nice if we could get a few more years out of him, because Casemiro is so good, and the man we'd be crying out for in that defensive midfield position. You look at the players we've had over the years, McTominay, Fred. And Fred, by the way, I don't think he did bad today. Nearly scored with a free kick in the first half. But Casemiro is just a level above everybody else. So, yeah, I think the decision to bring him and Eriksen on made a lot of sense in that second half, just to see the game out. But you look at the rest of the game. The first goal comes from Anthony. I thought it was a fantastic goal from Anthony. That's 5 goals for him for the season now. Another goal for him recently as well, which means hopefully he's got a little bit of confidence in him and he can keep that form up, because, again, it was a fantastic goal today. You want to see him get at people a little bit more, though, because he's got the ability to attack players and attack defences, but he doesn't get at them enough. So I'd like to see a little bit more of that from him. But look, another goal for him. 5 goals for the season now. 2 goals in 2 games. I think, that's what you want to see from Anthony. So very good from Anthony today. But he could do a little bit more, you know what I mean? We're playing against League One opposition. Same with Scott McTominay. Could do a little bit more. We're playing against League One opposition. And you look at, Scott today didn't do enough. I'm not going to, dwell on that. I thought Maguire as well. A few good crossfield passes from him. 3-4 crossfield passes, which I thought were excellent. But again, a couple of times where he gets caught out. He got megged twice and all that. Again, it's like the drop-off in our second string from our first string is too far. If you look at Manchester City and the players they're bringing in, and then you look at the players Manchester United are bringing in off the bench, they're not good enough, do you know what I mean? Scott McTominay probably found his level today. Maguire, a few nervy moments for him up against a League One team. Anthony Elanga, I think, not great from him today. Should be doing more. Facundo Pellistri comes in as a late sub and does a whole lot more than him. Look, I know I'm complaining about a few things today. That's because the second string needs to improve, and hopefully with 2-3, transfer windows under Eric Ten Hag's belt, he's able to do that and bring a little bit more quality into the squad, because as you can see, our second string just isn't good enough. I thought Kobe Mainoo, very, very good today, did well with his performance. You know, at the times. Who else should we talk about? We've spoken about Tom Heaton in goal. Thought he did okay today. The defence, we've spoken about that. We've spoken about the midfield, the substitutes, Casemiro, Eriksen. Spoken about Elanga. Again, don't think he's good enough for Manchester United. Rashford coming in as a sub. Excellent. Unfortunately, we had to play Elanga in that position, which shows, you know, we're lacking that depth. Garnacho was a live wire today. He gets to the byline so many times. Every single occasion, Garnacho gets to the byline. And if we get a striker who will sit in and around that 6-yard box, 6 to 10 yards out of goal, he will be getting goals for days, because Garnacho always gets to the byline and gets those cutbacks a lot as well. Like I said, I thought the substitutes very good. Casemiro, Eriksen, Rashford, Pellistri, and I thought Aaron Wan-Bissaka as well. But a few of those that started, you need to be doing more. And look, I think ultimately today was about getting through. Ten Hag said it before the match. It was about getting through. I don't think the performance was important. Although you'd like to see a little bit more from the second string players, it was about getting through unscathed. Unfortunately, we got that injury to Diogo Dalot, but hopefully it's not too serious and it's just a precautionary one. I don't know at this moment in time because my signal's crap and wasn't able to check online what the update was on Diogo Dalot. But apart from that, we've got through unscathed. Marcus Rashford adds 2 more goals to his collection, and Anthony adds a goal. We get another clean sheet. It's another win at Old Trafford. Rashford scoring 6 in a row or something like that. It's all good in the hood. Despite the fact I've had a little bit of moan about some performances, I thought we allowed them to stay in the game. They didn't really offer us much of a threat. And I think that lulled us into a false sense of security, because at 1-0, you never know what can happen. And they had a few moments on the break. But like I said, the substitutions wrapped it up. Eric Ten Hag was able to rest loads of players and still get through this game with a win. And Manchester United have a semi-final to look forward to. Newcastle will be in the semi-finals. It'll be either Southampton or Manchester City. Probably Manchester City. It'll be Nottingham Forest or Wolves as well in the semi-finals. So a big opportunity for Manchester United to hopefully get to a final and hopefully lift the first trophy of the season. And things are going swimmingly well for United at the moment. Another win here at Old Trafford, another win after the World Cup break. We're keeping that run going, and we've got some big games coming up. So it's important to get out of this unscathed, and look forward to that game against Manchester City at the weekend, where if you beat Manchester City, then you got Palace, then you got Arsenal. That's why I understood the selection today. Martial didn't start. He's vitally important. He's the only number 9 we have. We need him to play against Manchester City. We need him to play against Arsenal. Is he going to be able to play 3 games in a week next week? Probably not. So it is a little bit of a worry in terms of who will play up front if he doesn't. Of course, you can play Rashford through the middle, but I think he's better from the left. So that striker is much needed by Manchester United. But all in all, today was another good day at Old Trafford. Manchester United are through to the semi-finals of the EFL Cup. Roll on the next round, roll on the weekend, where we'll be back here to play Manchester City. And I've got a good feeling about that one. Don't know why, but I got a feeling it's going to be good. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Keep it like, comment, share, subscribe. Until next time, I've been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here.